We're less than 30 days out from Ramadan. How to set yourself up for training success pre, during, and post. What's going on, guys? Larry Brown here. Today we're going to be talking about Ramadan prep. As most of you all don't know, I am a practicing Muslim, me and my wife. This month, if you don't know what that is the holy month for Muslims, where we fast and we pray from sun up to sundown. We thank God for the blessings that we have. We reflect on the previous year, what we can do better the next year, and we really spend time with the family. We spend time with our Muslim brothers and sisters at the masjid, praying in congregation, and we just reflect on trying to be better people, correct? So, but here's the caveat. In my realm, we're still passionate about the weight room. We're still trying to get our workouts in. So today I want to talk about how to structure your workouts and some of your nutrition now, during, and after. So with the month starting around about February 28th, that's in a couple of weeks actually. Right now, what I recommend a lot of people start doing is to start drawing back a little bit of their food every day. So that may be taking out a carb, that may be taking out, you never want to reduce your protein. So that's usually reduction of carbs, reduction of fats. But right now for me, I have a low appetite, so I've just been pulling back food. I think I'm down about eating twice a day, maybe 3 times, right? Some of that is due to affordability, but that's a whole other story. But most of it is due to I'm just trying to prepare my body for the month of Ramadan. It is a struggle sometimes to get through the day when you're not having any food, you're not having any water, but thankfully it's before daylight savings times ends, so our days aren't that long. But in any event, start preparing your body now. Pull back food, pull back water. Make sure that you're getting locked into what the month requires from you physically, okay? So you know what to give physically, because when you're working on massively reduced calories, when you're working on massively reduced food, unless you work a 3rd shift job where you can sleep during the day, which is a hack for a lot of Muslims, especially in the United States. A lot of them work 3rd shift jobs. Unless you do that, then you are just going to have to start preparing physically with the reduction of food and the reduction of water. Okay, so please be mindful that if you're in a mass building mode and you're a bodybuilder, or if you're deep into your fitness routine and you're making some of the best gains you've had with increased food, that you got to start calming that down. If not altogether, stop it. Okay, training wise, you can continue as you please, but I've purposely reduced the volume, knowing full well what the month again requires. Okay, so you're not going to have as much gas in the tank as you would say in a deep off-season push or a deep push inside of your training program. It just is what it is. Now, in the past, I have told people to just kind of power through what they would normally do on a reduced food intake. As I've gotten older, and this is something that the 40+ fitness crowd that are Muslim and observing the month need to understand, that probably isn't going to apply to us anymore. We can only bulldog so much before we just run ourselves into the ground. So we have to be strategic in what we do. And when I mean strategic for 40+ year olds, this can apply for anybody younger than 40+. So when we get into the month, obviously we're going to break fast. You have a couple of options. I go to the masjid to break my fast with my family. So when I get there, I'm not eating the biryani. I may have a couple of bites of chicken tandoori, but really what I'm focused on is hydration. And what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to start taking little small portions of protein that hasn't been doused in olive oil or anything that can slow my digestion down, because I take a very large intra-workout shake, and I'll get into that. But I want to take something or eat something that's not going to slow my digestion down. So that may be a protein shake with a little bit of some type of nut butter. I even tell people, hey, have a little bit of pastry, get some sugar in you, but really what you want is that you really need hydration. You need to drink to wake your body up, because not too long after you break that fast, you're going to be in the gym. Now, I tell people, drink your water, go train. All right? This is where the intra-workout shake comes in. I tell people you probably should take in, depending upon your body weight, 50 to 100 grams of carbohydrates and double the amounts of EAAs that you will probably take in an off-season push. That is going to actually count as a meal. In my eyes, again, in my eyes, that is going to count as a meal. So you're going to want to make that intra-workout shake dense with EAAs, creatine, carbohydrates, okay? The training can be open-ended, okay? Again, I don't recommend bulldogging anything, to be quite honest with you, but I sometimes feel like I'm 16 when I get inside of a gym, so I may actually end up doing a little bit more than I normally would. This year, because I'm trying to cut down in body weight, I'm probably going to do a little bit more than I did last year. I'm actually going to use the modified Husker Power circuit that I put up a couple of months ago. I'll link to that video in the description. But I'm really, at this point, I'm just focused on body recomp as well. This is a good time for you, if you are a little bit overweight or if you're a little bit pudgy, to focus on body comp as well. So the main thing too during these workouts is that if you're going to run out of gas, you're going to run out of gas early. So obviously temper the volume to what you need it to be. Don't try to overexert yourself, because you're not winning any awards unless you're getting ready for the Mr. Olympia. So with that being said, make sure you're locked in on your training program, and make sure you're locked in on your intra-workout, for the simple fact that those things alone are going to help you maintain what you have, if not maybe build a little bit more. Body recomposition is a very big thing during this month too, as you're not taking in a lot of calories. You can burn more calories. So if you're overweight, if you are having a little bit of fat trouble somewhere, this is probably a good month to just really focus on that. Hell, even a lot of your cardiovascular conditioning, you can focus on that. I know a lot of people just do calisthenics and cardio. That's fine. I know a lot of people that do a lot of extra cardio. That's fine too. Again, body recomp is a really good goal during Ramadan, to get off a lot of that excessive poundage, because you're not taking in as much food. Also, it's kind of a mental reset during the month, right? It's a physical reset during the month. It's a dry fast. With a dry fast, you get better mitochondrial health. You don't have to worry about what you're going to make for breakfast, what you're going to make for lunch. So it's a bit of a mental relief. So think of the month, if you're just passionate about the gym, as a month to just really reset your training program. My training calendar really revolves around this month, and when it makes it easier for me to plan out things if I have something that can anchor me in and say, hey, you have to be ready for this month. So treat it as a training reset as well. Now after is going to be funny, because you're going to want to slowly increase your calories. You're going to want to slowly draw back on those intra-workout amounts that I recommended, because if you're eating a lot of food, you don't need a ton of intra-workout unless you train fasted in the morning like me. So understand that you can pull back on the intra as the food goes up, okay? Also, you probably want to deload a little bit after and not go right into a hardcore split, because again, your body has to get used to handling heavy poundage after not having a lot of food and water during the month. You don't have to do it that way. I don't necessarily do it that way. I have done it that way, and I recommend it to you all because I feel it's the safest option so you don't get injured. I say take a couple of days after the month, spend time with your family, eat a little bit more, drink a lot, rest a lot, because once you start putting your foot to the pavement, once the month is over, then that's when you'll start seeing your poundages go up, you'll start seeing your strength come back because your body comes alive because you have all those calories in you. So I want you to make sure that you don't hurt yourself by taking a deload a little bit. And it doesn't have to be a full deload, it could be a partial deload, right? So you take a couple of days of low intensity training or just no training at all, and then come back later part of the week, pick it back up and train really hard. A lot of this is straightforward advice. It's nothing really complicated. It really just comes down to looking inside of yourself as a person and say, what type of training can I do? What type of training do I want to do? And do I have the food and calories to put that training plan in place during a month where I know I'm not going to be eating a lot, I'm not going to be drinking a lot. So it's going to take a little bit of self-introspection. These are just recommendations for you guys to take, utilize, and see where you can go with it. Okay? Again, we're less than 30 days out. I wish you all a great Ramadan. Mentally prepare, physically prepare, and emotionally prepare, because it may be a little bit hard for some of our first-time Muslims that are doing this. And if you're not Muslim, I ask you to observe it anyway. It is a great mental challenge. I had a fraternity brother do it. He does it every year now, even though he's Christian. So I want you all to take this in and use it as a challenge and mentally reset yourself. Reflect 5 times a day. If you're of another religion, pray 5 times a day and see where that leads you, and hopefully you go on the right path and continue to be or become a better person. All right? Until next time, guys, y'all have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.